Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to Java Service part 66. In the last video we saw thread pool. In this video we are going to discuss about thread group. So let's first understand what is the use of thread group. Java provides a thread group. By using a thread group we can create a multiple thread in a single object. Using a thread group we can perform an operation like a suspend, a resume or interrupt by calling a single method. We can combine a multiple thread at a one group, or we can create a thread group under another child thread group. One thread group can contain a thread or it can contain a thread group. Here you can see in this syntax we can simply use this thread group class and we can create a thread group and then we can combine a multiple thread in a single thread group. Basically thread group we use for a combine a multiple thread at a one place, and once we combine those multiple thread then we can perform operation like a suspend, resume or interrupt. We can simply call one method. For calling one method we can handle this suspend, resume, interrupt and this other method. If we don't use a thread group then we have to call a separate method for a separate thread. Okay, here in this diagram you can see here we have a main thread group. Inside a main thread group here we have a main thread. Inside a main thread here we create a sub thread group. Here you can see this thread group. Inside a thread group here we can combine this thread or you can combine this thread group. Inside a one thread group have a content. It can be have a content thread or it can be have a content thread group. Okay, so let's open Eclipse and I'll show you practically. Okay, let's create here class. I'll simply create here class name is a part 66, and inside this file I'll simply create a one more class and I'll give this class name demo 66 and this class implement runnable interface. Okay, runnable interface. And if we use a runnable interface then we have to implement this method, and inside run method I'll simply add a content. I'll simply write this statement system.out.println and I'll simply print here current thread name. Okay, thread name. And how can we print current thread name? Simply use thread dot current thread dot get name. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we simply implement this runnable interface and we override this run method. Okay, now let's create a main method inside our main class. Okay, let's create here thread group. Okay, let's create here thread group tg1 equal to new thread group. Okay, thread group. Here you can see this thread group provide these two constructor. First one is only accepting thread name and second one is accepting thread group parent as well as thread name. Now we are just creating a thread. Okay, let's add here parent group. Okay, let's add here name parent group. Now I want to create one more thread inside this thread group. That means I want to create one child thread. Okay, let's create here thread group again and I'll simply tc1 okay or tg2. I'll simply give name equal to new thread group. Here you can see here we first for creating this first group we use a single parameter accepting this constructor. Now we want to create this group is a child group first. That means we have to first provide a parent thread group object. I'll simply copy this and I'll simply paste here tg1 and this one is the child thread group. Okay, here you can see here we simply created these two group. First one is the parent group and second one is a child group. Now let's create a few thread and add those thread inside this tg1 group. Okay, I'll simply create thread t1 equal to new thread. here you can see, here we have so many constructor. In this, here you can see this constructor accept thread group name as well as this thread name. Okay, let's call this. Or here also we have some more constructor, thread group name, runnable target and string name. Okay, let's use this. I'll simply provide first thread group name tg1, then runnable target is this our demo 66. Okay, let's create here new demo 66, and this one is our thread name. Okay, I'll simply give this thread name. This thread name is the first. Okay, now I want to add two more thread. Okay, I'll simply copy this and I'll simply paste two more time. Okay, let's t2 and t3, and let's change here second and third. Okay, you can see here we simply create this three thread and combine this three thread in this group tg1 group. Okay, now I want to start this three thread. Okay, I'll simply start one by one. t1 dot start, then t2 dot start, then simply t3 dot start. Okay, simply starting this three thread. Okay, after that I want to check active count. So I can simply print here active thread, active group thread. I'll simply check here active group thread. So how can we check? Simply we use this object tg1 dot active count. Here we have a active group count. Here we have a method. Okay, let's save this and run this, and here you can see here first thread execute, then second. Okay, let's keep here space. Where is that thread? Okay, I'll simply keep here space and run again. Here you can see, here we got active count, 3 active thread inside this group. Okay, let's add one more thread in the same group, but I will not start that thread. Okay, let's add t3, then t4, and this one is the fourth thread. Okay, let's run again. Here you can see inside this group we have a 4 thread, but only we started this 3 thread. Okay, that means that's why here we are getting 3 active count. Okay, let's keep 2 active count and let's deactivate. That means here simply comment one start method, only start 2 method. Inside this tg1 we simply added this 4 thread, but we only started 2 thread. Okay, let's check one more time. Here you can see, here we got only 2 active thread. That means only 2 thread is running right now. Then we have one more method tg1 dot list. Okay, tg1 dot list, and let's save and run. Here you can see, here we got detailed information about this group. Here you can see this group name is a parent group. This group max priority value, this group priority value is a 10. Then inside this group here we have a two active thread. First one is the first and second, these 2 active thread. Okay, and inside this group another group, that child group. Okay, here you can see another one group, this one is a child group. Okay, let's add this 2 in a child group. I'll simply add here t2 and simply start those. I'll simply start t3 and then t4. Okay, let's start t4 as well. Let's save and see. Here we simply created, here you can see this one is our parent group. Okay, parent group, first get here parent group name, then max priority, then inside a group here 2 thread available, first and second. Then this one is a second group, this one is a child group. that this child group present inside this parent group. Here inside this child group have again two thread, child group, you can see third and fourth thread. Okay, now we have one more method. Okay, simply I want to get this group name. I'll simply call, for that I'll simply call group name, okay, and simply call here tg1 dot get name. Okay, get name, get class, get parent. We can use this method for getting a actual parent value, actual get name value. Okay, you can see here we get group name, parent, group. Here you can see we simply combine this multiple thread in a group, and we can perform any operation directly this group instead of performing separate operation like we already saw in a document. We can perform like simply tg1 dot, you can see here suspend, tg1 dot active, tg1 dot resume, but this method is the deprecated method. Okay, that's why we can't use this method. This cross line means this method is the deprecated method. Then again here you can see suspend. Okay, suspend is also deprecated, and stop method is also deprecated. Okay, you can see stop method, stop is also deprecated. What is mean by deprecated? Deprecated means Java not recommend to use this method. In upcoming version, this will not, this stop, resume and suspend will not usable. We can't use those. Java not recommend to use those. We can use those, but Java not recommend. So in this video, that's it. Here we saw simply how can we create a thread group, how can we create a sub thread group. Okay, thread group, then child thread group, and how can we add a thread inside a thread group. Okay, in this video, that's it. We will see next topic in the next video. Till that, bye bye.